Meet Esther, who came to the United States in 1946. She married Sidney a few years later. After spending their first few years in New York, they moved to Berks County to follow Esther's parents. Esther and Sid are celebrating their 69th wedding anniversary this spring. Esther is proud of her great-grandchildren, her extended family, and of their continued involvement with our community. A Holocaust survivor, you can find more information about her story at the Lakin Holocaust Library and Resource Center at Albright College.
I grew up in Poland, in the city of Vilna, and came to the United States after the Holocaust. I was 17 years old. Where I grew up, there were so many Jewish people all around you that, you always knew you were Jewish. You didn't have to go to synagogue to identify yourself. And my parents were never really that religious. I didn't have to establish. I knew I was Jewish all the time. And I suffered as a Jew. So it was let me know by all sides. First of all, growing up as a child in Poland, you knew you were Jewish because you were always, I wouldn't say persecuted, but always reminded of it. And then, of course, when the Nazis came into our city, there was, all the Jews were being killed and put into ghettos and camps and so on. So I always knew that I was Jewish and always kind of suffered for being Jewish. We were fortunate to survive and went to a DP camp in Austria. And from there came to New York because my mother had relatives in the United States. Actually, my mother's brother had a hosiery mill in Sinking Spring, and basically that's how we ended up in Reading. We met in New York and through a Zionist, ZOA, Zionist Organization of America. We came to Reading. And a few days later, the rabbi from the Orthodox synagogue came to visit. And I thought it was a big honor. And he invited us to come with the children. We had 2 babies then, to services Saturday. And I remember Sid came home and I told him the rabbi was here and invited us. Oh, sure, we'll go. So we joined Shomrei Bratt. And after a few years, we realized it was a little too religious for us, so we changed to Kesher Zion. The funny thing is, my parents moved to Reading before us, so I attended the opening of Kesher Zion in 1950, when that building was first dedicated. I came with my parents as a guest, and I think I was the youngest there at that time. We were very much involved with the Jewish community, especially since we had children. So we always belonged to the Jewish Community Center, always belonged to the synagogue, always attended events. Whenever there was anything connected with Israel, we always went, because we always were very much connected with Zionism and our. I just wish lots of luck to the future Jewish community and hope it grows and flourish.
The Jewish Federation of Reading hopes you enjoyed this story and getting to know a fellow Jew living in Berks County. Federation is the central organization for issues affecting all Jews in Berks County. It represents us all, working closely in cooperation with local synagogues and community partners. Your gift to Federation supports our Jewish community here in Berks County, in Israel, and around the world. You provide cultural programs through the JCC. You assist Berks County Jews in need through Jewish Family Service. You combat the growing problem of anti-Semitism. You fund Jewish education for the next generation. To continue these services, we ask you to participate in a very special community campaign. During 2020, generous community members will match dollar-for-dollar campaign increases from both new donors and longtime contributors. Every new or additional campaign dollar donated in 2020 becomes $2. If you're not yet a contributor, please consider starting. If you're already a contributor, please consider increasing your gift. Your campaign contribution to Federation keeps our story of Jewish life going here in Berks County.